This is Phil Bell from Freedomworks on the Daily Mojo with your morning update. Yesterday I saw Dinesh D'Souza's newest film, Police State, and the film was exactly what you'd expect. It was an expose on how our federal government is rapidly turning America into a police state. And this is something that should scare everybody, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whether you're college educated or not, whether you're a man, woman, black, white, you name it. Why? Because police states all have the same thing in common. They don't care about anybody. They don't care about anybody but themselves. And so that means that you are always a target for whatever they choose to do, and that there are no rules. The only rules are that you must follow what the police state says, and even if you do follow it, you are subject to whatever it decides to do to you each day. However, that is not the scariest thing about this. The scariest thing is that police states are able to implement what they do by the use of regular people. Now, I want you to think about this. Some of these people are your friends. Some of them are in your family. Some of them are in the grocery store when you go to buy your English muffins. Some of them you worship with at church. Some of them you drink with at the bar. And what they'll do is they will mindlessly implement the dictates of the police state. They're state troopers. They are so-called paper pushers at agencies like the IRS or the FBI. They are working for the federal government. Others are air marshals. All of these people took jobs with the desire to do well for themselves and for their family, but what they decided not to do is question what they are being asked. They decided not to question whether it complies with our freedoms. They decided not to question whether it was simply right or wrong. You see, I grew up in America where we believed that right is right, wrong is wrong, and that we should not take up for wrong. I remember seeing videos of old elderly Nazis who were found in the United States and they were arrested. And when they said that the reason they committed their vile acts was because they were just following orders, our country unilaterally told them that was unacceptable. Well, I'm not yet comparing what's going on in the United States to what happened in Germany, quite obviously. But what I am saying is that it's important for us to recognize the roots of what happens, where those problems come from, and what will happen if you don't stand up and take action. So it's up to each of us to understand, whether it's in our jobs or in our daily lives, that we must defend our freedom. And if you're asked to do something that would infringe on someone else's freedom, if you're asked to do something that would take away someone's constitutional rights, you should first figure out what's going on and why you're being asked to do it. And second, you should stand up and say no. And again, this doesn't matter if you're a Republican, Democrat, or otherwise. It doesn't matter if public opinion is with you or against you. It is our job as individuals to stand up for the freedom and preserve what we have here in the United States. And the first step to doing that is going over to freedomworks.org and signing up to be a member of our freedom teams. There, you will find like-minded people who will join with you in the fight to preserve America's freedom. We'll see you later this week, and I hope you have a great day.
Phil Bell's Morning Update is only on the DailyMojo.com.